Duchenne Muscular Dystrophy, an interview with Paul On. DMD is a progressive genetic X-linked muscle disorder that primarily affects males between the ages of 2 and 5. DMD occurs due to the absence of dystrophin gene, and individuals with DMD suffer from early onset of skeletal and cardiac muscle degradation between the ages of 7 and 10. This interview focuses on the awareness and promotion required for DMD in the community. I chose to interview Mr. Paul On because of his inspiring story on how he overcame his challenges with DMD. I have attached his story in the description below. Hi.
Hello.
Are you able to hear me okay?
Yes, I can. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. So my name is Cynthia Chander. I'm taking a course on DMD at UCLA, and this is a part of the class that we have to do a community project.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
So basically, I go to school in SoCal, at Cal Poly Pomona, and study business right now. And yeah, so basically, it's just been that, and yeah, so it's been cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
May I ask how old you are?
I'm 25.
Okay. So starting off a little bit about DMD, your experience, and when were you first diagnosed?
So I was diagnosed at the age of 7.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, my parents realized that I was running a little bit weird.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically that's how they found out. And it was hard at first because, I realized I couldn't play, sports as well as the other kids. And so it was tough initially. So.
Okay. At the age of 7, did you realize that you were different than others, or how did that affect you at first?
For me, I didn't really know what the disease was.
Mm-hmm.
It's just my parents, you could tell that, when they heard the news, they were pretty, devastated by it at first. And so I found out, realized that when I turned 9 years old, I remember I was running with my cousin who was like 4 years younger, and I realized that I couldn't keep up with him. And so that was what made it difficult at that time.
Okay. And since then, all throughout high school and now at college, how do you think your perspective has changed about DMD and the community in general?
For me, I think the muscular dystrophy, Duchenne specifically, I think, I don't see it as a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
I see it as a way of using my experiences to help others.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I was young, I felt like I didn't have anyone that had the same experiences as me, and so I want to provide that role model, kind of like that. But about the community, I think there isn't enough, not enough like engagement. I feel like sometimes like some parents with that has kids with Duchenne, I feel like they consider it a death sentence. Kind of because a lot of people with Duchenne, early life expectancy is expected.
Yeah.
But I think it shouldn't be thought of that way. It should be as something that you fight and overcome, not physically, of course, but from a mental perspective. Yeah.
Okay. And do you feel that lately, growing up, just at least in the recent years, there's been more awareness for DMD?
I feel like there is, but not enough.
Just that not a lot of parents know about it when they first hear?
It's just more. I think there is like initially there's a lot of support from like the Muscular Dystrophy Association, but I feel like as they grow older, there isn't a lot of support then.
Okay.
I feel like it's just I feel like something about most like organizations to help muscular dystrophy is they focus on the cure, but I feel like there's not enough community support.
Like psychological support, would you say?
I think psychological support because I feel like they're just focused too much on the cure, but I think we should make a community first because once we create that community, researchers they might be more willing to do it because, they see how incredible our community is.
Mm-hmm. Are you
So that's,
currently working on any projects at your campus community to bring more awareness for DMD that you'd
mm,
like others to know who are also diagnosed with DMD?
I'm not currently working on anything now, but last year we had like a event that was like people with disabilities in general
Mm-hmm.
spoke, and so that was pretty cool. And all the proceeds went to the Muscular Dystrophy Association,
Mm-hmm.
and
And
so
thank you for sharing. And moving forward, what is one thing that you would like others to know just to understand about DMD or something that you wish they know so they could help others diagnosed with DMD understand better?
I think we should think of it as a way to help others. We shouldn't only think about ourselves, but how
Mm-hmm.
we can help others with Duchenne. Because I
Okay.
feel like sometimes we focus on ourselves too much, and sometimes that could not be a great thing because it doesn't build a strong community.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's
Okay.
what.
And going through treatment so far, what do you think about the medical community, especially your healthcare providers and the support they've given so far?
Yeah, I think they're pretty cool because I have some doctors who specialize that, and they're
Mm-hmm.
pretty cool people, and so yeah, I appreciate that. And I think the science community is doing very well for Duchenne and
Mm-hmm.
the other muscular dystrophies, and so I
Okay.
think yeah, they do a good job. Yeah.
Okay. Have you personally participated in any clinical trials of interest that's looking for a cure for DMD?
I haven't because the Duchenne is a specific kind of gene, so I don't
Mm-hmm.
have that gene match, so that's why I haven't
Okay.
participated yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what are some things you'd like to do for activities that you're interested in or currently participating in? How do
For
you
me,
overcome like the obstacles that come with DMD?
I just think of how I could best help others,
Mm-hmm.
and so right now I'm currently like being like a motivational speaker.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do is, I usually share my story, and then, using my experiences, I share, like how life can be amazing no matter what you're going through.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've been doing right now, and yeah, I've been, of course, involved in social media as well. So yeah,
Okay. Well,
yeah,
thank you so much for your time and getting back to me in such short notice. I really appreciate it. I think your perspective is unique, and I watched your story as well. It takes a lot to deal with something like DMD and to be a motivational speaker for others. So I really
yeah,
appreciate that, and I hope this brings more awareness to the community as well.
yeah. Thanks for this interview again. Yeah,
Okay, thank you
yeah,
so much.
yeah. No problem. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah. So I guess the project is due midnight today.
Yeah, it's due
Oh my
midnight. So
God.
I still don't know like how to edit videos and all of that. So I'm like going through that and hopefully finding a way to somehow finish it. Yeah, it's like it's been stressful, but this is for a good cause. So this class has been really helpful.
So I just have a question, like what made you interested in taking this class?
So initially, I didn't know this was focused on DMD. I'm a pre-med biochem major, and the class title is Disease Mechanisms and Therapies. So
Hmm.
I went into the class thinking this is a pretty
Yeah.
cool field I'd want to learn. But the first day of lecture, they told us this is for specifically for Duchenne Muscular Dystrophy, learning about the cause, the symptoms, the cure, the research behind it, and current awareness. So then I became really interested because I'm interested in pediatric care, and Duchenne is one of those that only affects peds. And the lifetime, it's like a really drastic and progressive disease that not a lot know about. I mean, everyone thinks like cancer is scary, but then Duchenne actually is way worse. And it's just like, I mean, personally, before going to the class, I had no idea. I've heard about muscular dystrophies, but not specifically Duchenne. So
Yeah,
it
yeah.
just brought me closer to the idea, and knowing the faculty who are currently involved in the care is,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, because I know UCLA, they have like renowned medicine, and they have like pretty good for muscular dystrophy.
Yeah.
That's their
Yeah.
specialty kind of thing.
Yeah, it's really, I mean, they're at the forefront of research right now, so hoping for a cure, and the main thing is just to get awareness to people, because one of the things parents who have kids with DMD, the first thing that I think that affects them the most is when other parents don't really know what the disease is and how to respond, so they feel like they can't really get consolation from anyone who can't or don't really understand the disease and can't sympathize with them.
Yeah,
It's the
that's for
main,
sure. Yeah.
yeah, main concern.
Mm,
So,
yeah.
thank you so much. I will work on editing. Is it okay if this goes on YouTube?
Yeah, I don't mind at all. Yeah.
Okay, and I'll make sure to link your story as well. I think people should be aware of that. So, thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, and good luck with that.
Thank you. Have a good night.
All right. See ya.
I'd like to end this video with the quote from Maddie Stefanet. While we are living in the present, we must celebrate life every day, knowing that we are becoming history with every work, every action, every deed.